Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Zero here. And I'm back with a WildEye Wednesday. I will be looking at the 2022 movie, The Dead Girl in Apartment 3. This movie is that this girl named Lori, she's living in an apartment with a roommate, Elizabeth, who she finds mysteriously dead. Of course, she calls the police, where, they come in. She meets the two detectives, Detective Miller and Detective Richards, with Detective Richards being played by Adrienne King, who I have not seen her in anything in years. I know, yes, I've seen her in the original Friday the 13th. She played Alice. But I've seen her in something else other than that. I just can't recall. Now, they don't know how she died. And then they say they find an autopsy and there's no signs of foul play. They don't know what happened. But after they leave, she's left in this apartment all alone. Her ex-boyfriend, I got my notes here, Davis, he doesn't want to seem to come to comfort her, even though she says she needs somebody to be there with her. She tries to call some company that goes and cleans these crime scenes, murder scenes up, but they're booked. So she's, for the bulk of this movie, she is all alone. Although she has a thing for Detective Miller. So much so that when she hears some sounds, instead of calling them right away, she dresses up all nice, does herself all pretty, calls him, so that when he shows up, she will look nice for him. She wants to bow wow chicka wow wow him, and he wants to bow wow chicka wow wow her. And he's receiving warnings from his partner, Detective Richards. Hey, she's like, no. You gotta be careful. Now, the book of this movie, she's alone in this apartment, and it's kind of got this atmosphere to it, where it is kind of creepy when you see I guess it's supposed to be the ghost of Elizabeth popping up. Like, there's a scene where she's lying on this couch or whatever, and you see Elizabeth's ghost is like standing over her, like that far from her face. In the end, and this has to do with some kind of demon who, first look at the demon, if you want to call that, it's kind of in the dark, but you can see it, you can't see it, is when Davis finds out about it. He hears something in his apartment, and he turns around, and there's the demon. And he goes, what was it? This is real, wave was it just felt so, why did you put that into that little, it just out of place, comical, almost like it's, could have done without that. Now, my opinions of this movie is, I watched this movie with Hobbs Horror, which I will put the link for his review in the description. Now, it is listed. I saw it listed as a horror thriller. This is more of a thriller than it is a horror. And I'm not really big on thrillers. They've never really taken my fancy. This one actually was pulling me in because I thought it had it's an okay movie. But the atmosphere, the way, her being alone and all that shit, and the ghost being there, it kind of, I thought it kind of helped set things. But that last part with the demon, once you get the demon, and they'll talk about this demon and stuff, and then you see the whole, it lost me. It just lost me at that point, because it was just like, what? And I finished watching it, and it just was, the last 10 minutes or so, I say that's probably when we get the whole, and the demon and Elizabeth's boyfriend, Derek, it just lost me. I wasn't into that last part as I was the rest of it. I mean, if you like thrillers, I'd say watch it. I'll leave the link for, if I can find the trailer, and I'll leave the Tubi link in the description. The biggest highlight of this was watching along with Hobbs. Hobbs is a super cool guy. Hobbs Horror, awesome guy. I'll leave the link not just for his video, for his channel. Check his stuff out. Awesome guy. We're lucky to have him in the community. And that was the highlight of his watching with him. And I guess our opinions of this movie all, kind of the same. And I mean, try to figure out how to word this, other than they lost me the last 10 minutes. Anyways, I gotta go. It's starting to warm up here. You might be hearing my ceiling fan because it's starting to warm up. Stuff like this is getting a little hot. So, anyways, I am the Pacific Northwest Geek, and what the hell? Watch this.
Hey, it's the Pacific Northwest Geek.
Word to girl of the month. Grab that fireball, let's get crunk. Come on, hop in and let's ride. Go over to the gecko side. Hey, this is the South, that's okay. He'll catch you on the flip side.
I'm Michael Zero, and I will see you on the flip side.